Alrighty then, we're back a little bit late. Had to kind of get some things figured out. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Let's make sure we start on Sportscastr first and share it on YouTube. So shout out to Kofi Universe early in the building. What it do, man? We kind of ready to get started on Sportscastr. There we go. We live, baby, at Sportscastr. So, if you haven't checked out Sportscastr, check it out. The link to my Sportscastr in the description. New platform. Always looking for additional platforms to hook up with. Addition to YouTube, Sportscastr, sports. They got scoreboards, and like if you want to go live for a football, basketball, college, premier soccer league game, they got you. Or you just want to do general sports talk like your boy, they got you too. So check out Sportscastr. The link's in the description to mine. If you're a content creator, you talk sports. I guess I might be the only one over there talking boxing. Now I'll be doing some football stuff over there as well too. So check me out. There, the link's in the description. If you want to join, it's sportscastr.com. Yeah, they lit over there, man. Cool. So let me share this on YouTube. Give me a minute. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter. So, we've been keeping it clean of late. But I'm turning on Twitter, man. I've been busy all day. One of my homeboys, he came over. We're gonna watch the fight tomorrow at the crib, and we're just chopping it up. And I just seen the weigh-in on ESPN, so they trying to do their best to keep Bud happy. Shout out to Supreme Josh. Shout out to everybody on Twitter once again. Eat right, guys. Salute. I need to get with you. Sturdy Q salute. Neutral Natural salute. Hold on. Well, we started over there. Shout out to everybody on Sportscastr. James Cooley, what it do, man? Appreciate it. Crawford around 6 over. Neutral Natural. Donald Banks, salute. Neutral Natural, he said beforehand, Jordan Richard. Did we go live yesterday? Yeah, we did. I forgot. Because I went live on Mercy Sports Talks Tuesday. I got to go live. I ain't going live tonight. I go live tomorrow to review the football team game with the Lions. And I do both. I do both on that channel. So all my Detroit football, basketball stuff, it's on Sportscastr. So, I cut the Facebook out on this one. So it's just Twitter, YouTube, and Sportscastr you can watch me on. So once again, shout out to everybody on Twitter. I can see their comments. But yeah, we got a lot of people, hating. I want Bud to lose. And it's the Errol Spence fanboys. All right, you know how those guys, they praying Kell Brook win. But then after Kell Brook lose, or if he lose, then they gonna turn around and discredit Bud. Like, at this point, Mark Salute, at this point, like, they don't want Crawford fight to happen. Like, you see all these people saying, well, if they fight, they pay-per-view numbers not. Like, you see, like, Errol Spence fans don't have no confidence in the fight happening. My whole thing is, what happened to everybody being able to galvanize, come together, and watch a fight? If it's controversial, we spit on it. If your boy win, we give your man's credit. If our guy win, we give him credit. The other guy credit. You know how it go. Like these new sports fans, man. I don't know if they mama was drinking Bombay or Bombay Sapphire. Like these dudes, like they do not want to see fights happen. These dudes was right along with me screaming that, oh man, Crawford, Errol Spence being ducked, he being ducked. And that's cool, but then can we see the best fighting the best? He said, what up? Probably not watching this fight tomorrow because I'm not really interested in the fight. It's just bad. It's just I want to see the best fight the best. Brook gonna end up trying to go for the knockout early. If Bud takes his best punch, it's a wrap. I mean, my whole thing is, like, how does he go about that? Only way he can go for the knockout early if Bud sit there and trade with him, or he sit on the back foot and he time Bud. My whole thing is, Bud sit there with him, he got a chance. But then again, Bud got a 6-inch reach advantage, 5-inch reach advantage. Like, Bud would really have to give up serious ground. He says Spence fans hyping up the Brook like he was Hagler, do it for Little Saints. So But when Brook was about to fight Spence, it was Spence gonna run through Brook. Yeah, he lost half that fight, and he won the back half of that fight. But it was a competitive fight. Errol Spence just had another gear that Kell Brook just don't have. I pray to God that Spence get his teeth knocked out in the ring. Dang, E. Right guy. He said it's a social media boxing era, and it's terrible, bro. Like it's terrible that people don't want to see the best fight. That's how you know they fear Terence Crawford. It's the same thing they do for Tank. He the A side. He make the most money. This, that, and the third. Like, dang, can we just see him fight Teofimo Lopez? Why don't Javante take fan? I'm not talking about like the fans from Baltimore who just fans and they not at least a little bit knowledgeable about boxing. I'm like, dang, we should want to see the best. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like they charge you for the fight tomorrow. I never met a Spence fan that wanted the Crawford fight. Sturdy Q said to happen ASAP. They always explain to me why Crawford don't deserve to fight, and that's my thing about it. Jessica can fly. D Haywood 4 salute, appreciate it. Everybody tapping in on Sportscastr. I can't see your comments on StreamYard, but I'm gonna try to make a habit of kind of going back over there every few minutes. And like I said before, what has Errol Spence done to kind of be that guy like Mayweather that deems people to get the fights? He didn't fight Terence Crawford. I mean, he didn't fight Keith Thurman, excuse me. Keith Thurman was considered the guy to beat. He had 2 belts, and all of a sudden he don't want to fight Keith Thurman, but it's okay to fight Keith Thurman leftovers. Just like Sean Porter, he avoided Errol Spence for years. And shout out to his podcast, The Porter Way. Y'all go check it out. And then just like Danny Garcia ducked Errol Spence for years, he retired or took a year off to avoid Errol Spence. And then they in the hotel room, talking together, but Danny Garcia supposed to be ducking you. You know what I'm saying? And y'all check out Lion Killer Podcast tonight. He gonna have a glove expert on there. He texted me. I was just busy earlier. But yeah, now he don't want to fight Keith Thurman. And then he don't want to fight Bud. And my whole thing is, what has he done to deserve the right to fight people? He ain't no star. At least you look at Anthony Joshua and say, you know what? If Anthony Joshua, fight in the UK, we know he gonna put almost 100,000 in Wembley. Almost 100,000 that can fit in the Principality Stadium. We know if he somehow have to fight at the O2, he gonna pack out the O2. It's probably gonna be a standing room. Like, at the end of the day, I understand Anthony Joshua. And then again, a lot of us owe Anthony Joshua apology. He offered Deontay Wilder a fight. And Deontay Wilder took less money to give Tyson Fury a shot. So Joshua was trying to fight, Deontay Wilder. So it ain't no situation where Errol Spence no star. He can't even fill out the AT&T Stadium. That's a fact. Canelo put more fans in the stands in Dallas than he do in his hometown. It ain't like he went to the Madison Square Garden and filled it out. It ain't even like this dude has ever fought in Vegas. Vegas ain't never called his name and say, all right, man, Errol Spence, we need you to fight. You ain't no name if they don't want you to fight in Vegas. So he ain't no big name. He had Al Heyman co-sign from the beginning. People got to understand Terence Crawford was fighting in barns and apple ciders and he was fighting in bull job and venues. You feel what I'm saying? So my whole thing is this. Crawford didn't have, Al Heyman behind him. Errol Spence been pushed by Al Heyman for since he was 21, 22, 23, 24 years old, and he still ain't became a star. That's my issue with it. But he said, neutral natural, why can't PBC make Hooker Josita Lopez? He from Dallas. Like, why is Francisco Santana, a PBC punching bag? A lot of people beat that man. Beat that man up. He don't deserve a pay-per-view undercard fight or Kata or Sejan. That's how they think about you. PBC ain't trying to put no money into the undercard no more. And it is what it is. Bob Arum had the famous saying that nobody wants to see an undercard. And then, Don King was pretty much great for boxing fans, other than the questionable decisions. Brook looked scary in a bad way after the weigh-in. I mean, he hungry, so you can't really say scary. He probably was hungry. That's why I can't really attest to that. I watched it, so I didn't really pick up scary. Maybe he hungry. You know what I'm saying? This dude probably couldn't wait. He didn't look too bad to me in the face. He looked just beat up, dude. But He hungry out the way. He be hungry. Bud locked in, ready for war. I'm a hot stand up. King 402 salute. Salute to Kofi Universe. He say Bud way more disciplined outside the ring than Spence too. Bud stay in shape. I mean, I just don't get it, dude. Like, why wouldn't you want to see the fight? You know, people sit here and act like it's the end if you lose in boxing. It's not the end. Joshua ain't make up no excuse. He took the L to respect. Yeah, he did take the L. He took the L for Andy Ruiz like a man. You know, and he stand up for his people. And he ain't defending no white man like Wilder. Nabiko, I'm 703. I mispronounced your name. He said, laugh for real. No Vegas main event, even co-main. That's what I'm saying. Like, he might have fought in Vegas, like on an undercard somewhere, or was it the Charlo twins? My whole thing is they say he a star. They ain't asking him to come back to LA. Maybe that was because of the pandemic. But if Vegas ain't calling your name or you ain't fought in Vegas, I mean, how can you say you the A-side? Wilder fought in Vegas before Tyson Fury fought Bermain Stavern. You know, why ain't they calling him to fight in Vegas? That's my whole thing. If Vegas ain't knocking on your door to come fight, like, you ain't no big star. And they offer Anthony Joshua some fight to fight out there too. He just didn't take the Wilder fight. He said weigh in his theaters don't matter. If he meant theatrics, I think he meant don't matter. All Crawford has to do is put water in the basement about round 3 or 4, over the top, land a sharp punch, but land power jabs. That power shots to Kell Brook. I mean, there's a lot of ways he can do it. Kell Brook don't have that many ways to beat him. Kind of Enigma salute. So, I mean, like I said before, you know, a lot of people claim to be for the color of black, but how can you be praying on somebody's downfall? Oh, I hope Brook beat him and this, that, and the third. Like, dang, can we see fight? Like, fans, they don't even want to clamor for mega fights no more or good fights. We don't have a lot of, you know, fights like this. Is the best fight to make in boxing between Crawford and Errol Spence by far. It's the best fight to make. And then a lot of fans, they don't want to see it. You know, and I just never understood why they didn't want to see this fight. Why? You know, it ain't. Oh, he need. I mean, come on. They both chasing Pacquiao for what? For payday? You know, you see people. Oh, I hope Brook won. Like the Errol Spence fans are so scary, bro. And it ain't like he gonna move up to 54 and be a pay-per-view star or 60. Like he probably not even gonna compete at 160 with the killers that's there. Like, he won't even fight Jared Hurd. If Jared Hurd come back and look good, he won't fight Jared Hurd. We know he won't fight Jamel. Like, come on, bro. This dude been hiding out at 147 for so long. And then all of a sudden, you got an opponent that want to fight you, not named Keith Thurman. And all of a sudden, you want to make excuses. Oh, you know, he on the wrong side. Like I said before, man, Errol Spence ain't nothing but a remix version of Keith Thurman. He's Sprite remixing, and Thurman is Sprite. He said Brook power and size, do it for Lil Saint, is being talked about the most, but nobody knows how Brook will handle Bud combos. He can throw them going forward or off the back foot. Brook can't deal with that. EJ Porter and Triple G. And my whole thing is size. You got to know how to use your size for it to be a factor. You know what I'm saying? And if Bud go in there and gorilla donkey walk Kell Brook, what's gonna be? Oh, he beat another bad opponent. But then again, nobody talking about Sean Porter not wanting to fight when he had the belt. Danny Garcia not wanting to fight. You know, Keith Thurman said he wanted 10 million. Nobody putting the pressure on Errol Spence. That's my thing about it. He out here 30 years old, and then, you know, he ain't moved up no weight classes. He only thing he did is move down. He crying about he the money getter in boxing compared to Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Canelo Alvarez. Dude, you not even in the club. They in Ferraris, Lambos, and, you know, they in the upper echelon club. Like, dude, you in the Ford Escort. Come on. Like Canelo getting money at light heavyweight, super middleweight, 54. Like, come on. This brother then moved up from 40, 47, 50, 54, 60, 60. Canelo then moved up and down since he been a pro. Zach, salute. Errol Spence ain't required to move up. That's why he shouldn't probably be pound for pound. People probably technically right. Bud gonna got everything out the mud. I gotta respect it. He did, bro. He didn't have no Al Heyman. This dude had Al Heyman his whole career. He been with Al Heyman for what, like 6 years now. And what he got to show for it? He can say, well, I've been on pay-per-view, but ain't no man, you ain't broke no numbers. Al Heyman is yet to build a star. And how long he been in boxing? He yet to build a star. None of his fighter stars. Excuse me. Salute Aubrey. He say they did try to say AJ got knocked out in sparring, but he didn't say that. We're not talking about what they said. We're talking about what he said. You ain't seen Deontay Wilder for like 7 months. After AJ knocked out, he went to somewhere in New York City and played basketball with regular people. That's a fact. He showed his face right after he lost. The kids was joking with him. He didn't get mad. Like, come on, man, it's a loss. AJ took a loss like a throwback fighter. All these Spence fans are already making excuses when Bud. You ain't lying, bro. Like, they terrible. Ain't nobody scared to tell Bud to stop signing in-house promotional. Tell Errol Spence to fight him. Don King and Bob Arum made fights all the time. Come on, you talking about in-house fight? Errol Spence in-house and still can't get Pacquiao. Errol Spence still in-house and can't get Keith Thurman. Errol Spence was in-house and it took years to get Sean Porter, years to get Danny Garcia. Like, what are you talking about in-house? That's like you have an in-house woman and you can't have no sex with her. When that red light ain't on. Come on, man, get out of here. Y'all do all this crying and talk. This dude did all this talking. Oh, when Crawford come up to 47, get a belt, I'm going to take his belt. Like, what happened to that energy? Come on, man. Errol Spence ain't got better in a long time, bro. And that ain't just because of Derrick James. It's because he don't live a fighter's lifestyle. Brook might try to weight bully. How you gonna? He don't have the feet to weight bully him. He don't have that skill set to come in and his feet not good enough. If you told me this was Madonna, this was Chavez, Duran, if it was that type of fighter that pressured him, like that won't help him tomorrow. It'll help him absorb punishment. That's the problem. When you rehydrate, it's pros and it's cons. You could take punishment a lot better, but then again, you slow. You probably compromise the stamina. You compromise the speed. So he just gonna come in there and take a beating. His best ability is to come in there, be prepared to counterpunch Bud when he get aggressive and let his hands go like Kowalski's. He don't have the style. If he walk Bud down, his feet just not good enough to cut that ring off. I mean, you got to understand. Like I said, you got to understand, bro. He ain't that type of style. Now, if this was a pressure fighter, then I'd be like, he might be in some trouble. He said, I blame Floyd fanboys. They made it seem like you have to be undefeated and not take chances in order to be considered the man. Do it for Lewis. I blame Floyd for that. You ain't lying. Floyd ain't took no chances in his career. At one point, Henry Armstrong held several divisions. What he held, the featherweight, welterweight, middleweight titles at one time? Come on, man. These dudes don't know nothing about boxing, bro. If you think Floyd is a top 50 fighter, man, I'll be nice to say top 25 fighter. He not. You got guys like Joe Louis and Larry Holmes and George Foreman. I mean, you got guys that took real risks. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier fought blind. You know what I'm saying? You talking about real fighters. Archie Moore, James Toney. I'm just going off the top. Roy Jones. Floyd Mayweather not better than Roy Jones. Come on, man, get out of here. I mean, it's a lot of fighters. I mean, just because he ain't better than Aaron Pryor. Come on, man. Sugar Ray Leonard, he took real chances, more chances than Floyd took in his first 4 years of his career. Salute, Vortex. He said, why don't they want to see a free fight? Like I said, if they were charging, I wasn't watching. I'm gonna keep it 100. All these dudes gonna be watching, man. Oh man, I don't support Top Rank, but they be watching Top Rank. Look here, I ain't never limit myself and say I didn't watch PBC or I don't watch The Zone. Like, no, I watch it all. It's boxing. That's them. They fear for Errol Spence. Derrick James fear for Errol Spence. He know he box. He know Errol Spence can't beat him. That ain't no secret. They don't have confidence. If that was Paulo Malignaggi or Jeff Horn that had that belt. Or let's just say Josito Lopez had the WBO belt. Hold on, forget all that. Let's say Jeff Horn still had that belt and Crawford didn't exist or he beat Crawford. Errol Spence would have been made that fight. That's why Al Heyman ain't got no superstars. They don't take no risks. Floyd Mayweather was able to take they become a star of Oscar De La Hoya. That wasn't no risk. Most fans would rather cheer for the UK men than cheer for the American fighters. That's true. Zach said, I see Bud tearing Kell Brook down the first couple rounds. Then he going to step up the tempo. Man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. 2020 been an interesting year. When nothing surprised me, if Brook got him, I mean, you got to tip your hat to Brook. If Brook won this fight, you know how fast he going to rematch. Errol Spence going to get that belt. Like I said before, man. These dudes fighting like Floyd. They not taking no risks. They not taking no risks. Like, if you lose, you lose. Lennox Lewis lost and got knocked out. Was it 2 times? He got knocked out by Hassan Rahman. Shout out to him. And he got knocked out by Oliver McCall. But Lennox Lewis still went on to be a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Sugar Ray Leonard lost to Roberto Duran. These fighters lose and don't even show their face for years, bro. These dudes legit lose and then act like life is over with. Like they ain't never lost before. A lot of these guys lost a lot in the amateurs. Look at Lomachenko. He lost and you still ain't heard nothing from him. He fell off the face of the earth. Off the face of the earth. Like, dude. Some of the greatest fighters, all the greatest fighters pretty much lost. He said, do it for Little Saint fighters will learn the hard way. You ain't gonna bully Bud. His wrestling background ain't nothing to sneeze at. Jeff Horn was not a natural 47. Bud threw him around. Yeah, people talk, he's small. Like, they can want to make any excuse. If he got all these deficiencies, just fight him. You see people, I can't stand Bomac. I can't stand Crawford. What do make him? He a better fighter. He a more excited fighter than Errol Spence. You ain't gonna see him pity pat with Mikey Garcia like no punk. You ain't gonna see him out here drunk. Errol Spence going to up to 160 to beat up Canelo if Bud beats Kell Brook. I mean, he can't beat Canelo. That's the problem. Vinny, appreciate the donation earlier. Shout out to Vinny Ochoa. Appreciate the love. If you want to make a donation, I got to get the super chat up. I got to go through this whole new thing with this channel. But if you want to make a donation, best way to do that, share the video for me. Hit the thumbs up button. Cash App going across, bottom of your screen right now. CJ Good 313. PayPal link is on the description. And YouTube, we on Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. I can't go live on the other channel for a while. So, correction, Big Fish. Who a Big Fish? A Big Fish is Floyd Mayweather. He said Earl is over where the top welterweights, Bud is over at top rank glorified. Like at the end of the day, you look at top rank, they got the best lightweights in the world. They got the best 140-pound fighters in the world. They got the best 175-pound fighter in the world. They got one of the best heavyweights in the world. They got the best 126-pounder, 130-pounders in the world. They got the best small fighters in the world, like straight up and down. Like you talking about, they got the best. Who a great welterweight? Like who going to the Hall of Fame out of PBC? Danny Garcia, the only one. Sean Porter, he had a draw with Julio Diaz, a lightweight. Those are the facts, right? Who else you got? Keith Thurman. He held 2 belts for a second. If you sneeze, you would have missed. If you blink, you would have missed. He ain't no Hall of Famer. And Errol Spence ain't no Hall of Famer. How he going to the Hall of Fame? He finally held 2 belts. His first belt, he beat a guy who had a broken eye, who was old and beat up, and came off a loss, and came down 13 pounds. His other title fight was he went life and death with a club fighter and Sean Porter. Come on. And then you factor all the situation is he should have started off at 54. He been up in middleweight, technically. Come on, who he beat? His legacy going to be he ran from Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Come on, you talking about where the real welterweights at. Come on. Keith Thurman should be a 154-pounder. Come on, what Bud competed at in the amateurs? 132? 132, he a welterweight, right? Errol Spence was a 152 pounder. Regis Progress, 152 pounder. Keith Thurman Amateurs, 152 pounder. Sean Porter was like a middleweight. Come on, man. Danny Garcia might have been one of the only dudes that, that was that started off lower in the amateurs and moved up. Danny Garcia, the only Hall of Famer on PBC welterweight roster, if you don't include Manny Pacquiao. He the only one. He unified several belts. That's a fact. He moved up, got a belt. Can you say the same thing for Errol Spence? No. Can you say the same thing for Sean Porter? No. Can you say the same thing for Keith Thurman? None of them dudes ever moved up and got a belt. Never. They moved down and got belts. Come on, man. Demetrius Andrade has won a belt and moved up and won another belt, and he about to fight in another weight class. Demetrius Andrade is going to fight in 3 different weight classes, and Errol Spence is going to move down and fight in 3 different weight classes. He fought at 154. He fought above 154, technically middleweight. And now he's fighting at 147. Come on, man. Come on, man. He say, to me, Canelo, the only cash cow money get. Maybe AJ get money. Fury get money. He made $30 million guaranteed this last fight. AJ getting money. Now, Wilder ain't getting no money. If he would have won, he would have been getting money, but he ain't got no money. He said, I feel like the Bud has a pit bull mentality, especially when someone got shot in the head. He drove himself to the hospital. His promoter said, I don't know what he's talking about. Kell Brook gonna be a tough, but Crawford should win a UD. Man, he gonna stop that boy. Stop playing. Talking about a UD. That boy gonna stop that boy. He get a UD, he gonna get a RB, a robbery. He go to another decision with him and call his lawyer to give Bob Arum to release him out of his contract, whatever going on. He gonna get a RB. They go to distance, he gonna get a RB. He gonna get a robbery. Real talk. Spence's whole career, he's accomplished his 2 belts pound for pound. Terence McFarland. And he ain't getting no 2 belts at his natural weight class neither. He got 2 belts, and his promoter got the whole division on lock, apparently. Corey Palmer, salute. He says the bigger the star, then he not a star. That's the problem. Stop it. He not a star. What are you talking about? Well, he not a star, bro. Lance Stevenson more famous than Errol Spence. Come on, Errol Spence. If you're talking about a star, how's a star only doing 200,000 with Sean Porter, 350,000? That ain't no star, bro. Come on, man. Talking about he a star. He ain't no star. Don't nobody know who he is. He can walk through Fairlane Mall in Detroit, won't nobody know who he is. I remember when what's my man that played at Michigan? He played for the Utah Jazz. I'm gonna look this dude up. Shout out to Kofi Universe and the Cash App. Appreciate it, family. Y'all go check out Kofi Universe channel. He got the hip hop game on lock, but give me a minute. I gotta look up this dude name. I forget this dude. We played at Michigan for a minute. Then he went to Baylor, I think. I don't even know if he's still on the roster. Man, I don't know if this dude's still on the roster. Hold on, give me a minute. He played for the Warriors for a minute too. He ain't, man, I don't know this dude's name. He played at Michigan. Dark-skinned brother. He was real black. He came in Fairlane. More people knew him. He played at Michigan, man. I forget this dude's name, man. I forget the dude's name. Black is tar too. No offense to him. He said, Bud being hard-headed, his biggest weakness is if he tearing Brook up, he'll get sloppy. I don't know if he gets sloppy. I think his biggest weakness is he one of them dudes that go tit for tat. So he's so offensive that the opening to beat her. Spence don't even have an IBF mandatory. Yeah, it's a draw. He said, I should have your YouTube for Rick. Boy, you don't know what to do, man. You don't know nothing about boxing, dude. This is my backup channel. That's what's crazy about it, bro. This ain't even my real channel. This the backup channel that I'm going to do something completely different with when I get my full control of my other channel back. He said it's crazy because it seems like Crawford fans like Spence, but Spence fans hate Bud. All Crawford fans still want Spence to beat Danny, but Spence fans won't care. I mean, it's just a fear. It's just a fear. If Errol Spence came out and said, let's just say like last year, and be like, I fight Crawford next. I'm gonna beat him up. All his fans will follow suit. Yeah, he gonna beat up. His fans will be marching to the tune that he producing. But it's just like training your dog, or just getting used to your dog. When your dog get comfortable with you and start following you around the house, you can walk the hill. Your dog gonna have the loyalty to walk the hill and burn with you. That's just like fanboy Spence got. If Spence beat his chest and say, I'm gonna beat Bud next, all his fans will be like, oh, he gonna beat Bud in the air. All his fans will be echoing what he's saying. And his fans are echoing Carl Bro Loading Salute. All his fans, Sportscastr, all his fans are echoing what he's saying. I'm scared. Oh, I don't want to fight. Oh no. You know, all his fans is just following what he's saying. That's the truth. His fans are saying what he's saying. They echo what he's saying. Bud fans are saying what he's saying. Like, let's get the fight popping. One thing about Bud, I have yet to see him get tired. Only reason you see Spence get tired is because he drank. Spence, when Spence was hungry and he was fighting for a world title, Spence had great stamina. He was a horse. That's how Spence beat Kell Brook. He didn't beat Kell Brook with his skill. He beat Kell Brook with his tangibles, his athleticism, his stamina, his work rate. He didn't make not one adjustment versus the Kell Brook fight for real. He didn't make no adjustment. He one adjustment he did make, I will say, he was able to, when Kell Brook tried to clinch, he was able to punch up under Kell Brook's arms. But other than that, he just did what he did from round 1 to round 2. He just adjusted his punch placement. He ain't doing nothing. He was getting beat by Kell Brook. His fans probably, he ain't had no diehard fans like he do now. His fans were scared because Kell Brook was beating him. Had Kell Brook fought him before Golovkin, he probably would have beat Errol Spence. He probably would have beat her. Had he fought Errol Spence, or let he have fought Jesse Vargas, then fight Errol Spence, he would have beat him. Everybody know when you break one thing, it come back stronger and then make the other side weaker. Come on, he would have beat him. He said, Spence fights small fighters, multiple opponents start in smaller weight classes. I mean, we could pull up box rec. To be honest, we can look. We can look at box rec. Let me see. Dang, it's getting late. We can look at box rec. Will you look at this box rec? Samuel Vargas, I ain't sure where he started at. Algeria started at lower weight classes. Mundu, I think, been a welterweight his whole career. Kell Brook, welterweight. Lamont came up. Lucampo, welterweight. Mikey came up. Sean came down. Danny came up. So he did fight a lot of guys. Moving up. He said the easy route shouldn't even be an option, in my opinion. It shouldn't. You know, he said he's taking the easy route. Guess what his fans say? Yeah, we taking the easy route. We don't know how way to hell. When a fighter rehydrates too much, his body will be vulnerable in the later rounds. The fighter will get cramps. He said Floyd had a chance to really set the tone like old school did by actually fighting Pacquiao. No, he was scared to get hit. Pacquiao probably would have KO'd him back then. I thought he would have won at the time. He's scared. He's scared. He shook. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. He said Floyd is better. No, he's not better than Roy Jones. Roy athleticism went over. So Roy at 54 versus Floyd at 54. I take a young Roy. Has Floyd ever moved up in heavyweight? Roy was one of two people that started at 54 to move up to heavyweight. 54, 60. Come on, he beat Bernard Hopkins. That's better than anything Floyd done. He beat a young Bernard Hopkins. He beat James Toney, didn't lose a round. That's better than anything Floyd done. Come on. Let's keep it real. Floyd ain't no better than Roy Jones at all. When Roy Jones was popping, ain't nobody think about Floyd Mayweather name. Them two wins him beat Mike McCullum, an older McCullum. That's better than anything Floyd ever done. Anything. Floyd will beat the dog walking crap out of Roy. I mean, Roy Jones will beat the dog walking crap out of Floyd Mayweather. That ain't no competition, bro. This dude got damn near every build possible. This dude was scared to fight Manny Pacquiao, bro. He was scared to fight Manny Pacquiao. Think about that for a minute. He was scared to fight Manny Pacquiao. And y'all talking about he better than Roy Jones? Let me know somebody Roy Jones was scared to fight. I don't remember. You can't be pound for pound for being one weight class your whole career. He moved down too. Vortex, he moved down. Floyd is not better than Roy. Only real dudes know that, man. I grew up, Roy was my dog. Roy was my dog, man. Get out of here, man. Floyd Mayweather had nothing on Roy Jones. Like Roy said, I got every build. I ain't duck like Mayweather. They hate Bud so much. I don't want them to. They don't want him to win. They do not want him to fight Spence, hoping Bud lose. Yes, they punks. They punks, dude. Making the whole state of Texas look bad, bro. Cordy Richard salute. You could just look at Roy Jones' film. Floyd out here struggling with Castillo. Floyd out here struggling with Castillo, bro. Get out of here. Come on, man. This dude out here fighting Miguel Cotto 50 years after his prime. Fighting Shane Mosley when he old. He struggled with Oscar De La Hoya, bro. He struggled with Oscar De La Hoya, bro. Come on, he was struggling with Ricky Hatton. Get out of here. If Brook campaigned at 54 longer, you think he could take it out? No, he has no chance. He has a better chance of beating Crawford than he do Jermell Charlo. No chance. That's what he got. He got no chance to beat on Jermell Charlo. He ducked Jaime Munguia. But about to watch Brook, he know everyone waiting to see compare his performance to Spence. It's like he got more respect for Danny Garcia than Spence. Spence says he's willing to fight Bud every time. He feeling like Bud. He feeling. Mark said Spence says he's will fight Bud every time Bud's about to fight. That's just set up just in case Bud lose. Clinch and Crawford definitely will not work. Didn't work for Spence, and after a while, shout out to Solid Child Omaha in the house. Hey man, I might hop on some black. Dude, when the new Call of Duty come out? I may hop on some. Let me see when the new Call of Duty come out. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait to get a new Xbox. Is it the Black Ops Cold War? Oh, it already came out. Oh man, I'm behind, dude. It came out today. Hey, man, I might have to go get that. I'm gonna have to go get that, bro. I like this version. I'm gonna have to go get that. Dang, everybody gonna be on that new joint. Canelo will watch Spence. Canelo will put Spence in the hospital. What Gucci men say? 911. It's emergency. Put him in. Kofi say Bud going to put a master boxing exhibition tomorrow. The other welterweights will continue to avoid him. Yep, they avoided each other. Sean Porter ducked Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman when he got a title. Danny ducked Danny ducked Sean Porter. Sean Porter ducked Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was the original welterweight getting ducked by Guerrero, Paulie, Broner, Pacquiao, Floyd. They didn't want to fight him. Tim Bradley. They didn't want to fight no Keith Thurman. I remember with Keith Thurman, I got gay. Man, please put your money up. Kid Bud, put your money up. I bet it's a stoppage. Put your money. I put $100 up. Kid Bud, anybody that think it's gonna be a decision tomorrow, even if Kell Brook win by knockout, I pay out. I guarantee Bud get a stoppage. I bet any amount of money you want to bet. Any amount of money you want to bet. If it go decision tomorrow, like if you feel it's gonna go to decision, take $100, put it on Kell Brook. It bring $1,300 back. You anytime you Gucci, anytime you ready. Come on, anytime you ready. Put on you. I take $100 and put it up and get $1,300 if you think it's gonna be a decision. Notice how Top Rank is being more vocal about supporting. Yeah, because they in trouble. They got that letter. Text. Renard, salute. Kofi, salute. Bud getting money too. He getting like 5 for this fight. 4.5, I heard. M22-3. What's Bud pay-per-view numbers? I don't care about no pay-per-view. Tank did 200,000. 225. Bud did what? 150. He did like 80 with Victor Postal. Like, you talking about pay-per-view numbers? What that mean? You need 350 to flip a profit. According to they say, there ain't no star. There's 350 people. It's 300 million. It's 350 million people in America. And you talking about, he did 200,000 with Sean Porter. He ain't no star. Please, the UFC Robert Pitts clocking millions during the pandemic. Jorge Masvidal versus the Nigerian NyQuil did $1 million. Come on, man. They had another one do $1 million too. They talking about these punk old boxing pay-per-views and UFC clocking $1 million. Well, Errol Spence did 200. He did 350,000 with Mikey. the UFC doing millions and millions and millions and millions. The WWE probably sweeping them up. They really happy about 200, 300,000 pay-per-view buys. They really happy about that, bro. Who he got them? Get out of here. He ain't no star. He can't even fill up his home stadium. Come on, man. Please. He said, Vinny, I wish I was at drill this weekend. I wanted to watch the fight at the bar or at home with the home. Oh, were you on a base? Or I mean, you ain't in training if you ain't in training then. He said Manny Pacquiao could have fought him 4 years ago, but he fought Jesse Vargas. I ain't even mad. Pacquiao, he did enough. He can fight wherever you want to fight. He said you a hater because I'm stating facts. Hope that cops feel good, bro. That cherry laying on. I'm a huge fan of Errol, but I would hate for Bud to lose to Kell Brook. I want to see. See, that's a real fan right there. That's a real fan. You gotta support. You gotta salute that. I'm hoping Errol Spence beat on Danny Garcia. And then, Danny Garcia talking about moving up. This boy Mason knocked out. Man, Mason ate Sapato food when he was over the other day. I was gonna get him today. My mom gonna cuss me out. He been shitting in his cage at night ever since. I've been mad. He crying last night. Woke up, cleaned it up. I ain't feed him today. Straight up and down. I gotta reset his bowels, man. I actually and I don't want to do this time. I actually I fast miles 24 hours once a month. And also, if you want to reset your dog system, you can do the egg and the dog food with the salmon, or you can do the tuna. Or the salmon, you mix it up. It's supposed to help their coat and reset their system. But you can do that, and I fast miles once a month. So he won't eat for one day. He'll be all right. He still got energy and reset his system. So just anybody that's wondering, people, it's dog cruelty. No, it ain't. Every now and again, he gets sick. So to stop him getting sick, I do that. Spence has no choice but to fight Bud. Pacquiao ain't fighting Spence. Max Kellerman throwing shots at Spence. He said, "You's a hater, man. You point out Spence ain't fought Manny while on PBC mine, but you forget Pacquiao. Pacquiao was on top rank, so neither one of them gonna get it. I don't care if he didn't fight him or not. It don't make no difference." Errol Spence say, Pacquiao was on the same side of the street with Crawford. Why Bob Arum didn't? Same why Al Heyman ain't give you the fight. Y'all seem not to point out Al Heyman. Al Heyman still ain't got a star in the sport of boxing. He can't buy a star. Even if it was Wheel of Fortune, he couldn't buy a star. He couldn't buy a star. You trying to say no PBC? No, I ain't never said. Don't put no words in my mouth. Deontay Wilder is a Hall of Famer. Anybody else? That's a good question. Jesus. Deontay Wilder for sure. Floyd Mayweather, well, he really ain't a PBC fighter. Jesus. Danny Garcia, Deontay Wilder, Manny Pacquiao. You want to say he a PBC fighter? They're Hall of Famers. Sheesh. That's a great question, Robert. Robert Uncle Ruckus. Robert. I can't stand Bud, Robert. He said, but tend to forget that there ain't no Hall of Famers. Ain't no Hall of Famers. Top Rank got the greatest fighters of all time. Don King got better fighters than Al Heyman. Robert. Look at Robert getting mad. Robert. I smell new shoes. He said ESPN Pro now. Yeah, they in trouble. They know what it is. Floyd better. It's how Floyd better than Roy. That's what I'm trying to say, man. Roy was that guy. Roy's problem would give a middleweight, light heavyweight. Roy a problem. I don't know if he could be Anthony Joshua. Here he say, you trying to clown Errol Spence pay-per-view numbers, Robert, but you seem to forget you have to start somewhere. And Bud first pay-per-view did 50,000, Robert. And who cares? You act like you getting the money. It still don't mean Errol Spence is gonna be a pay-per-view star. He still ain't no star. Is it any likes on here, G? I ain't sure, man. I ain't sure. I gotta get on. I looked on somebody's stuff, but shout out to Mister on Jesus. You can favorite me on here. I appreciate if you favor me, but yeah, I'm not sure. Appreciate it. Oh, I can follow everybody back. My bad. I'm gonna follow everybody back on here. I followed you back. Follow everybody back. I'm still learning Sportscastr. Robert getting his feelings. Touch me, tease me. Robert, pictures through a broken glass. Robert getting his feelings, man. I can't read all them comments. I'm sorry. You contradicting. Look at Robert getting his feelings, man. Look at Robert in his feelings, man. Robert, Robert. He getting his feelings, dog. Robert. Mr. Dixon salute, man. He said, I hope they both win. I don't even care. I hope they all win. It don't matter. They ain't gonna fight. I don't care. Robert getting mad. I'm frustrated, Robert. They came back and said, I'm not white, Robert. I'm black. I took one of them DNA tests, Robert. Look at Robert. He probably is Uncle Ruckus, dude. He probably is Uncle Ruckus, man. I don't like my skin, Robert. When I look in the mirror, Robert, I just can't stand myself. Oh, man. Jesus, man. I could crack myself up all day, man. Man, I'm a comedian, man. I make Eddie Murphy look not funny. It's a little real sick salute. Robert, I tell you what, Robert, I wish Errol Spence would just take an 8-ounce glass and just pee in it, Robert, so I can just drink it. I just love Errol Spence so much, Robert. If he boo-booed in a bag, I will eat it like breakfast, Robert. Any more questions, man, before I get off bed? Man, I'm cracking myself up, man. And I'm keeping it clean, man. I'm keeping it clean. I'm already You already? Yeah, get out of here. Get out. You big money grit. What Boosie say? Big money. I like it. Used to have. Who trifling? Come on, man. Get out of here, bro. You got money. These boys be killing me. Man, he rolling in money. He don't believe what he betting in. That's all that is. He don't believe. If he believe what he betting in, he'll bet me. But he ain't about it. He ain't about it. No. He ain't about it. But Robert, bet then. Bet. I put $100 to your $20, Robert. Robert, I'll put $100 to your 20. These boys don't believe what they talking about, bro. Robert don't believe it. You better believe. Robert don't believe it. I'm stop trying to sing my Ruben stutter, man. You Johnny Gill. My. It sure look good tonight. If I'm rookies, I don't care. They don't faze me. I'll be Steven. Yes, sir. I be Mr. Masters. Master, I shows be mine. I don't care about that black power crap. Shoot, all y'all do is keep killing each other. Forget all that crap no more, man. Black people be the first one to turn on you like a pit bull. Get out of here. Yeah, Robert. There go my comment for the night. Chicago Capone. Shout out to Chicago. Spence Tar is gonna see the real way to beat Brook, and they gonna be. You ain't lying. Robert gonna be like, "Ooh, I wish Errol Spence was Terence Crawford." Come on, man. Ain't no real fight. Ain't no good boxers in Texas. All they get by on is they pads and they they Pacquiao pellets. They ain't got who the most skilled fighter in Texas right now. Ain't nobody got no skills, man. And then that Elmo Williams boy got beat down by somebody in sparring. Brand Nubian get beat down. Texas ain't got no skills. The most skilled fighter in Texas is probably Jamal Charlo. Ain't no Texas fighters got no skills. They get by on pellets. They get by on physics. If they had a real drug test, and they don't got no man. Come on, man. Detroit, Philly, and New York, and that's where the real fighters at. That's where the real fighters at. And Texas ain't got no real fighters. Ain't no S in Texas for skill. Well, it is an S in Texas, my bad. They ain't got no skills. Take the S. They just text. Ain't no skills in Texas. They got good rap though and good barbecue. They ain't got no skills in Texas. I like Chameleon there. I like Paul Wall. I like Lil Troy. Wanna be a baller. I like them. I like Lil Kiki. Got 25 lighters in my dresser. I like them. You know what I'm saying? I eat so much shrimp. I got iodine poison. Man, I like Pimp C. I like UGK, man. I had Slim Thug first CD, bro. I had it. Come on, man. I like Texas. Ohio, too. Put Ohio in there. My favorite fighter from Ohio, Aaron Pryor. Man, come on, man. We could do a Detroit and Ohio versus in Philadelphia and New York versus anybody. The best fighters come from the Midwest. You might as well put Philly in the Midwest. Y'all come on, squeeze over here. Massachusetts, man, y'all know for getting beat on. So, no, I like Massachusetts. Rocky Marciano. Who else y'all had up there in that New England? You got some good fighters come from up there. Rashidi Ellis from up there. Yeah, you could put them. Yeah, they got some good fighters come out the Northeast for sure. Massachusetts got some good fighters. Mexico got some good fighters. Puerto Rico got some good fighters. Hey, we got some good. It's good fighters everywhere. There ain't no skills in Texas though. Ain't no skills in Texas. And apparently ain't no heart in Texas neither. Ain't no heart in Texas. They ain't got none. Until Errol Spence step up, the only heart in Texas is the Charlo brothers. They getting mad too. Man, I can't stand it, man. Marvin Hagler, yup. He from that area too. Yup. He said, Antmo lost. He lost? No, he got dropped in sparring. He didn't lose. He got beat up in sparring. It was going around Twitter. He got beat up in sparring. Oh, yeah, the Mandalorian come on tonight. Yeah, y'all can judge me if y'all want to. I'm a Star Wars geek. I ain't never ran from it. Oh, CJ likes Star Wars. Yeah, you're right, buddy. I never heard from him in high school. I remember I was dating this girl at the time. I'm going to tell this story. I'm going to be out because I got to go. I was dating this chick at a time. And, look, I had to be like 20. I was like 21 years old because she was 20, right? And I had Dragon Ball Z on my DVR. She's like, "You still watch Dragon Ball Z?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I still watch Dragon Ball Z." I ain't never been afraid about who I am. Never. I love some Star Wars, but I love sports. I love Star Wars. I love Casino. I love the Heat. I love all them movies. I ain't never been afraid to say, well, I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, but I wasn't sitting at the Yu-Gi-Oh table in high school. That was career suicide. Wasn't never the coolest person in high school. I always follow myself. Never follow nobody else. Davion Penn, Derrick James for sure hoping Bud lose after he made them kill. Man, he just doing what they tell him to do. He can't even talk. He be talking like he got mashed potatoes in his mouth. Robert, you think Rashidi Ellis ready for? Yeah, he been ready. Golden Boy don't promote black fighters. Kid Bud still ain't trying to bet that money, bro. I already know, man. You already know what's going down. I still can't believe EJ didn't bulldog Monkey because he was drinking that drink and smoking that smoke. That's all that was. He gonna be focused for Danny Garcia. I'm telling you, you're gonna get the best Errol Spence you ever seen. If he don't stop Danny Garcia, it don't count. Nostalgia lick. I don't know how to pronounce that, but sorry. You should have cut her off right when she said it. Yeah. I was like, dang, I can't watch Dragon Ball Z, bruh. It wasn't like I was playing my game or nothing like that. I had a PS3 at the time. I got the PS4 the day it came out. Real talk. I had the PS4 the day it came out. I went to Target and I got this guy that worked there. He posted on Craigslist. He like when the PS4 came out, you had to get you had to have a card. You had to buy this card so you can get it when it came out. He showed me the card for like 25, maybe $40. And he worked there and stuff. So I met him there in the clothing. And I got it the day it came out. And the same day somebody hit my intrigue. Got it pretty intrigue. It was fully loaded. It was a 99, bro. Man, it had the leather seats, everything. I had the stereo in there. I was getting off from work at Chrysler. Somebody hit my joint. I was hurt. I was on my way to go get some gas and get Madden because they didn't have Madden at Target. They had sold out. As soon as Errol Spence loses, they're going to jump on the Ennis bandwagon. They're going to try to jump on Devin Haney bandwagon. But let me get out of here. Appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon, bro, and make sure you check us out on Sportscastr. That link's in the description on YouTube. If you're on Sportscastr, make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Goodfellas Sports TV. Facebook's The Boxing Clinic, and more. And also, you can check us out on YouTube at Goodfellas Sports TV and Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. Appreciate y'all. We are gone. Robert!